friend, so I thought I would just come and give you guys some book updates that I've been going through. First of all, it's been so long since I met my friend. I think it's been about 2 months and I am finally getting to meet her, and for some reason I kept my desk mirror somewhere, so we're just going to work with this compact mirror for now. I have a book to return in the library. If you had seen, I had posted about borrowing this book in my previous video, but not even start this book because I did, and I read the story, and for some reason it was a very disturbing for me because it was something related to social media and about how your privacy being invaded, and I refrained from reading this book. The two books that I borrowed is Tuesdays with Morrie, and the other one is The Summer I Turned Pretty. I have the third part of this book, like I got it recently in another store because it was on some clearance sale. So I wanted to read the first two parts as well. And I also got a couple of books that I've been wanting to read, seen a lot of good reviews about. So the next set is all the books that I got from India. I did not get a lot of books, but the first book is this one, which Lakwin gifted me. This is part of the blind box. If you had seen my previous vlog, you would know what really happened and how I received this book. The next two books that I basically got because of the reviews I've read is Frederick Backman's My Friends. I think one of you guys also suggested this book in two vlogs before, I guess. And the next one is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. After I read Anxious People, I really fell in love with how Frederick Backman writes his books. His books are long. It's gonna take me a lot of time to finish, but I feel like by the end of it, I have learned so much out of it. The writing style is amazing. So kudos to the translator as well, who's done such a great job. And the next book that I have absolutely no idea about, I've just heard a lot of people rave about it. I'm not very much into romance genre, to be honest, but I've heard that this book has made a lot of people cry. Tend to like books that have a lot of emotion in them, but it's not that I can read, so I cannot read this book and this book right after each other, so I'm not that kind of a person, but I will probably insert this in between the million thrillers that I'm reading. Silly question. Is it good? Yeah. Apparently, this book has a lot of A-rated content. There it goes. Let's go. Oh, calm down, huh? Okay. Whoa! Keep on doing fine. Bro, this is cute. The purple is so good. You just like. I need to dry my hair, but quickly I want to come and talk to you about this product. This is not sponsored in any way. When I was in Chennai, I wanted to order the Dot & Key sunscreen. That is one of my favorite ones after the Beauty of Joseon one, so the Dot & Key's watermelon sunscreen. So when I was placing an order, I also saw that entire website was on sale. So I was running out of my serums pretty much, and I haven't used a niacinamide serum in a very long time. I also got this Sika Calming face wash, which is, by the way, both of them are green. It's not intentional, but love that. Anyway, this is my first try with Dot & Key products, and ஒரு வாரம் தான் ஆகுது நான் யூஸ் பண்ணி. ஸோ எனக்கு வந்து இப்போ என்ன டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் தெரியுது அதெல்லாம் எனக்கு தெரியல. But the main reason why I wanted to talk about this is This absorbs so quickly. Like, I have not used any product so far that absorbs like this. By the time I apply it, it's absorbed. So I actually really like that because I have oily skin, and most of the time I put ella product probably a 30 minutes or 1 hour kalichu or mari oily I do. So I don't like that, and that way this product is really good. Okay, that's all set. Look, it's on the shelf. It's okay. I walked an extra kilometer than I usually do today, so I am really paying for it. I finished the book that I was reading yesterday, Before the Coffee Gets Cold. It's part 2 of the series. There are 5 books. I do have another 2 books as well, but I don't think I'll be reading it like immediately. I am rating this book 4 stars, mainly because it did not create the exact same impact the first book created for me. You don't exactly need to read these books in order or anything as such, but it kind of makes good sense because certain characters overlap and they do give you an explanation as to where these characters came from. But I just personally like reading it in order, so that is what I did. If you've read part 1 and part 2, please let me know what you think if you feel the same. But anyway, there is something that was a great takeaway from this book for me, and I actually shared it with my dad yesterday on call, and he was telling me that it was like the right words at the right time for him. So I thought I would come and tell you guys as well. So in this story, there is a particular character who was in a very sad phase of of her life, and she gets pregnant, and then after 70 days she has a miscarriage, and ever since the miscarriage she is extremely gone into depression, and she's very sad. She doesn't have anything else to look forward to in life. So there's this other character which I'm not able to remember now, if it was the friend or if it was boyfriend. This person comes into her life and basically gives her a reality check. This kid came into her life and gave her so much of happiness, because she does claim that the 70 days in her life was the most happiest she has ever been. So basically that friend of hers says that if she is weeping over the child and feels like she should never be happy again because she lost her child and she has like no more rights to feel happy as such, or if she is not like deserving of it, he says that then the whole point of that child's lifespan of 70 days was an utter waste, because it came into your life to give you that happiness, and if you are just not happy after that, then that 70 days has gone for a waste. Clicked something in my brain. So like, I don't know, it just fixed all my brain cells, and thinking about how much we feel guilty for a lot of things in life, and we think we don't deserve happiness just because something has gone away, just because something is not there yet. So yeah, I just felt like coming and sharing that with you guys. So I finished reading Tuesdays with Morrie, and I have a lot to say about it. I'm not new to this author. I have already read 2 of his books when I was in school, which is 10 years ago. It's crazy. The first book I read is The 5 People I Met in Heaven. The second one is Timekeeper. I absolutely loved 5 People I Met in Heaven, and even Timekeeper was kind of like a unique concept. I do remember like 2 lines of it, but I'm not able to remember if I liked it or not. But 5 People I Met in Heaven, I absolutely loved it. I did not know this book existed until very recently. I saw it on a lot of YouTubers pages and even on TikTok. So I placed a hold in my library and I got it. So I am the kind of person that absolutely loves reading thrillers. I love reading books that has a lot of philosophy in it. That's why I love Japanese translated books. And usually those books are all fiction, right? But this is probably my first non-fiction book. It's more like a memoir, and I did not realize it until 20 pages. Author's name comes up and I was like, okay, is this like an actual story? And then I had to Google it, and then I realized, yes, this was a real story. So it's basically just a conversation between the author and his old sociology professor who diagnosed with a very terminal disease called ALS. He knows he's going to die. This whole book is just a perspective of how he sees death. When I started this book, I knew it was going to be packed with philosophy, but this was very simple to read. It was very simple concepts. It was not groundbreaking. It was very simple, very understandable, and the way it was written was so easy to comprehend. Like, I finished this book so quickly. I started it late at night yesterday, but then I got to finish it today. It is such a quick read because I could not keep the book down. Like, usually with philosophy, I need like sufficient amount of breaks, but for some reason I just couldn't keep this book down. I pretty much finished the last half of the book in one sitting. So yeah, I'm giving this book a complete 5 star. I'm gonna be thinking about it for a very long time. Goodreads has a very varied set of rating. A lot of people have given it 1 star, a lot of people have given it 5 star. Kind of shocked to see that kind of like a bias, but anyway, I loved this book. I can't believe I read 2 books that had philosophy back to back. So now the next book that I'm going to be reading is a thriller. But yeah, that's all for this vlog, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.